Welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. I hope you're having a good Monday. I've got myself a nice hot cup of tea here because we have some war to be doing in the Kingdom of Ireland. And what better way to do war than with a nice hot cup of tea in hand? Yes. So at the end of last episode, we did start a war against one of my sons because if we go ahead and look at him here, he is a criminal because he tortured one of his prisoners, which we worked out was actually my other son. So let's go ahead and unpause the game here. We are raising the men here. Hopefully we raise them in time before he arrives with his army. It does look like we'll be able to. So that's looking good. I don't think this is a war which should take too long. And I also have some interesting politics to do after this war. But first, let's go ahead and dismiss this message. We need to win the war before we go ahead and speak of politics. But let's go ahead and attack my son there. All of the armies are approaching. These two are still raising men by the look of it. But we are able to break the siege, so that's good. And we have won the war, led by King Helgi of Sweden against the High Chieftain Onekun Macrinan of Moray. So the independence war there against Sweden in the north of Britannia has actually failed. So if we zoom out now, you can see this is still Sweden territory. So unfortunately, Sweden is still quite a big power here in Britannia. Now, our wife has inspired recruitment. So the Earldom of Ossory has gained focused recruitment for 10 years. Plus 25% levy size. That's quite huge. And previously leaderless, the Bori Magages have made Mariam their new Ina. Now I believe that's to do with what's her name? Somewhere down here. I think it's here, right? I'm not quite sure. Somewhere around here. No. Basically the Africa achievement. I think they start down here somewhere. And I think that's to do with them. I'm not too sure. But let's go back to Ireland. Ireland is our worry. We have two armies here. So let's go ahead and do a battle. We should be absolutely fine. We could just siege as well. But first, loyalty or fear? As their high king, my vassals owe me their allegiance. My word is law, but how much is obedience without devotion worth? In times of crisis, a slow response or a half-hearted effort can lead to disaster. Can I afford such a risk? So I will win their unwavering loyalty. So we give them minus 5% vassal taxes, so they don't have to pay me as much gold. Or we can impress King Helgi. The King of Sweden already likes us quite a bit, so I think I will be a bit generous. 10 years of reduced taxes is fine. We're earning plenty of gold. So let's go ahead and do that. I think we can get away with this. Alliance invalid. You no longer have an alliance with Onekun Macrin because he no longer is a ruler. So it looks like the King of Sweden also removed his land. If we go to our royal court, we have an event here. Chiefess Catriona, my chancellor and vassal. The pageantry of court continues day after day from dawn to dusk. Stinian extemporizes on my greatness, spouting platitudes and praises. So this is this guy. He's just a regular guest. Nearby, Chiefess Catriona joins in, playing to the crowd, grinning stupidly, and expecting a sign of my favour for her antics. Oh dear, it's being a bit childish, I see. A deep, insistent desire to unburden myself of guilt at the arms house slowly builds, gnawing at my mind and distracting my attention. A lone bead of sweat trickles interminably down my brow. Stenian notices my distance, inquiring, "Are you all right, my lord?" With almost genuine concern. So we shouldn't pick this one because we are just. Same here. My apologies, you were saying. So basically, I think I'm just done with the childishness of some of my vassals. You know, we're trying to imprison my son here. It's quite a big deal. And these guys are just fighting for my attention. Come on, guys. Grow up a little bit. But first, to the benign High King Feljad of Ireland, I call on you to honour our alliance and join me in the war against the tyranny of King Helgi. Wait, who's calling me to war here? Oh, okay. It's uprising, I see. So this vassal is now rebelling against the Swedish king. Okay, I will go ahead and accept this just because we are allies. However, if we go ahead, where is this rebellion happening? It's not happening over here. Oh, it's happening in the north of Sweden. Oh, yeah, we don't have to worry about this. I don't imagine they're going to be coming down here. And I realised our army stopped short. There we go. Let's go to their capital and besiege this. We can negotiate an alliance with Chieftain Steerborn. Oh dear. My grandson has become a ruler at 1 year old. Where are you based? You own this island just off the coast. You're a part of Sweden as well, so hopefully you stay protected. Now, you are my grandson, and you are only 1 year old, so I will actually go ahead and propose an alliance there so we can protect him. He needs the news on it. He needs an alliance. I mean, look at him. Who's going to listen to the 1 year old? Crazy. He's Insular Norse as well. So maybe this is where we start become a bit more receptive to the Norse. Of course, we have had a grudge against them for many years now. 12 months and then the siege is completed. So let's go ahead with this. We might have to take an army away from this, though, just to go ahead and deal with this siege. Because this is done in 8 months, so that's a lot less. Right. If we take our biggest army, let's go ahead and deal with this. Should be fine. There we go. And we can call allies to war. We're not going to bother with that. We have control of this. Do not worry. There we go. These guys are fleeing as well. If we can try and meet them. There we go. The Battle of Ardmakcha. Pronunciation on point as always. My son is actually in this battle. Sadly, we don't manage to catch him. And we go ahead and look at the details there. One of our champions did get wounded. In fact, the vassal of the Isles there. But we did manage to imprison 2 of their men. So we'll go ahead and deal with them after the war. As for this, I think maybe we can just go here. Maybe get a second siege in. We'll see what happens. We still have another 8 months left of the siege here. We are in the middle of winter. It is February. So we might be there's going to be reduced supplies there. Fascination discovered. Your culture has discovered the fascination city planning. A new fascination can be selected. Ho ho! I think that's the first new technology we have actually researched here. So if we go ahead and look at city planning, we can now build a village center, shrine, prayer halls, a minor megalith, and a trading outpost. So interesting stuff. Now, what do we want to research next? We are being exposed to banners. Unlocks the March feudal contract and levy reinforcement rate plus 15%. If we click on this, we can research it in about 12 years. We could do with some siege weapons as well, though. Let's see, public works. We don't really care about public works. Mods, that's fortification buildings. This is all military buildings. Let's go for the banners because we're trying to unlock feudalism. But we need 70% of all military and civic tribal era innovations. So if we go ahead and focus on the one we're being exposed to, we should get that in 12 years and that should be fine. This also gives us the opportunity, if we go to Dublin, we might actually be able to upgrade now. Yeah, if we go ahead and look at our trading outpost, we can go ahead and upgrade this to level 2, or tier 2. That gives us some extra gold per month, and I think it also, yeah, it also doubles our supply limit from this building. So let's go ahead and upgrade the market. We definitely have the prestige and gold for that, so that's all looking good. Thomond is under siege down in the south. It's going to take 8 months. This is going to take 8 months. I think we're going to go ahead and take this army and also go ahead and fight them. What's this? I've never seen this screen pop up before. Word of recent developments on the Iberian Peninsula has reached our court, promising an end to the conflicts that have plagued the region. Malik al-Muazzam Abdul Wahad has officially renounced any intentions to unite the peninsula under a common crown and declared any who had that title illegitimate. The disparate realms molded by centuries of invasion and reconquest are now too entrenched to be united. So this is obviously something to do with the Iberian struggle. This person gains the nickname of Pragmatic. They gain 10,000 renown. Oh, wow. So does your kingdom... So is the Iberian struggle over now? I think so. We go ahead and pause the game and we go down to this. They're not really united though, are they? They're very fractured still. What kind of religions do they have down there? That's a okay, there is definitely a dominant culture. Faith is a bit still mixed up, but then look at our faith as well. I can't really say anything there. But let's go back to the war against my son. We're going to march down here, I think, and stop this siege. Just for safety. This siege is done in 30 days, so that's good. But first we have a claim on Derby. For months, Everard, Countess Seth's suffragan bishop, has been digging up spurious contracts and fabricated histories. Now Countess Seyfried dares act as if it all amounts to a legitimate claim on the lordship of Derby. We recently claimed Derby, that's over here. So, we lose 20 opinion of her for 10 years, and if she wanted to, she could have a claim on that. She doesn't have many men, though. Yeah, or allies. So I don't think we have to worry about this. But that could be a potential threat in the future, especially upon succession when armies get weaker and such. One more week and then we've won this siege. There we go. We've captured a valuable hostage, my granddaughter. Of course, we will let her go once the war has been declared won. Let's enforce our demands. We do get to imprison our son, I believe. So if we go ahead and enforce here, there we go. He is imprisoned by us now. Greetings, my charming liege. Peace be with you. I know when I am defeated. It seems I am left with no choice but to comply with your demands. So be it. Let's see, we gain some dread. We lose opinion of him. And he cannot join another faction for 10 years. There we go. So our family don't hate us for this. Now, we could ransom him and let him pay for his freedom. However, I think like the person who lost these lands before him, I think we should revoke him of his titles. He obviously doesn't deserve these. Now the question is, how far do I go with this? Because if we revoke his titles, he's only going to inherit more when succession happens. So, do we also consider disinheriting him? How much does this cost? It costs 900 prestige and 225 renown. Disinheritor for 5 years. Everyone hates us. It's an interesting situation, isn't it? Could denounce him. This would give all members of our dynasty an imprisonment reason against him. Oh dear, okay. He's already imprisoned, so we don't really need to do that. We could grant him a pardon. So you consider High Chieftain Cafney of Connacht to be a criminal, tortured family member, revolted against me, allowing you to imprison them at any time without gaining tyranny. If you would prefer that they remain free, you can choose to pardon them. This will remove any and all reasons you have to imprison them and increase their opinion of you. So, what I'm thinking here is maybe we go ahead and keep him in prison for a short amount of time to teach him a lesson. I will revoke his titles, but in exchange I would give him a pardon for his crimes. I think that's a fair and just reason, and then hopefully he can notice his faults and where he's gone wrong in life, and then by the time he does have his own lands, he should be an improved man. Let's go ahead and disband our army, of course, as well. Before we go ahead and do that, though, I do want to check my prison. So my son is currently in house arrest. This guy was recently imprisoned. No. Yeah, both of these were in the war. So we look at you. You're Irish. So I will go ahead and release them. I don't have any problem with these guys going free because they were my son's bannermen, you know. They were loyal to my son, so they've done their job. Same with this guy. I will go ahead and release you. That's absolutely fine. They should also like us for that as well. Now, as for my son, I will keep you in house arrest. That's fine. However, let's leave it for just a little bit to teach him a lesson. I will revoke his titles right now, though. I want to revoke both of these titles. And I don't even need to use a hook here. I gain stress because I am generous. However, I am also just. Revolting. Yeah, we aren't really. So I will go ahead and revoke his titles. There we go. I see no choice but to bow to your decision to strip me of the High Chieftain of Connacht. So be it. We are within our realm capacity as well. We are holding too much duchies though. So what I'm going to do here, if we go ahead and look at the High Chieftain of Connacht, I think I'm going to grant this to my other son, because he's currently owning 2 of these counties anyway. So we go ahead and grant him titles. I'm going to give you the High Chieftain of Connacht and also the Earldom of Mayo. There we go. So let's see. So I know he's an adulterer, but once again, he's already been forgiven for his crimes. I think we should actually go ahead and find this son a wife now as well, even though I've let him marry. Let's see, probably for alliance power. Not my granddaughter, though. Let's go ahead and put a filter on here. Age difference, let's say age difference of 10. Now, all of these are just... Yeah, unfortunately, all of these... We can't really put alliance power, can we? I think religion, if we go Christianity, or even Irish insularism, and if we sort by relevance, is there anyone here with inheritable traits that could strengthen? I don't think so. Maybe we just find him a good just wife. Like Sam Fan here, she's Irish. She's Irish insularist as well. She is chaste, but she's also temperate. I think maybe we can go ahead and get a marriage there, just so he does have some children. Of course, she's chaste, but it doesn't. She still can have children with that, so that's fine. Right, let's go ahead and unpause, because we do need to pass a bit of time here. Greetings, my benign liege. I accept your marriage proposal. Your son Fairchad and my acquaintance Samfan will be joined in holy matrimony. I pray that they together can find redemption and atonement, as well as happiness. I agree. I agree. I do hope they can find atonement. Right, so all is looking good for now. The time is flying. Soon we can release my son. My son. We won the war led by King Helgi of Sweden against Chiefess Freya of Holsinglad. So that independence war is also over now. Now we can go on a pilgrimage. I don't think now's the time to be going on a pilgrimage. I think now is the time to address the big topic of today's episode. Now, it's not often I have a vassal as good as this guy here, Duke Les. When he came to us, he was one of the last surviving Welshmen in Britannia. There weren't many of them left. And with our generosity, he has shown us nothing but loyalty. He's kept control of the Welsh lands. It's very rare. I don't even think I've seen any rebellions here. Maybe one. He's had good control of the land. He's led many of our armies into battle. I mean, the guy lost an eye for us in battle. I mean, yes, he's a flagellant, but, you know, he's served the realm really well. Now, why am I addressing this? Because if we go to culture, Welsh is slowly converting to Irish. Now, our original goal here was to save the Welsh and help conserve them. However, if we keep them under our reign, we will turn the Welsh into Irish. And if we go ahead and look at Duke Les, he is married to my cousin. Their children are also Welsh. So the Welsh culture would be safe if we could grant them independence. Now, these... I think, then, are they a member of my dynasty? I'm not sure. But I think the time has come to grant him the title of the Kingdom of Wales and give Wales their independence and form them into a strong, not just a strong country, but also a strong ally. I think with our generosity and the loyalty that's been shown on both sides here, I think Wales could be a very strong ally for future generations to come. So the time has indeed come to go ahead and give Duke Les the Kingdom of Wales. He gains up 80 opinion of us, and we lose 130 stress. And of course, Duke Les does become independent due to their rank now equaling ours. Let's go ahead and do that. It just feels like the right thing to do. It really does. Wales is now independent. We granted titles. We still do have this guy. Oh dear. Right. But first, there we go. Look at Duke Les now. He's definitely worthy of being a king here. It's amazing. We can go ahead and propose an alliance. I will go ahead and do this, so we can get an alliance with them. And I think I'm also going to befriend him. If we go ahead and start a befriend scheme, that should be absolutely fine. Now, we do need a new steward, because Duke Les has left us. We can pick the vassal of the Isles. He does have 16 stewardships. I think I will go ahead and do that. There we go. He should put on some decent clothes, though. Now, unfortunately, I can't give this. There we go. Look, and the Welsh culture is now secure. I can't give this guy to Duke Les. Unless I grant them their independence as well, because he is also Welsh. I think if I grant him independence... I think I will go ahead and grant him independence too. Let the Welsh reign free, and hopefully Duke Les can bring him under his kingdom. So I will go ahead and do this as well. I know that we lose a lot of land by doing this, but honestly, it feels like the right thing to do. Of course, we do like to roleplay. So Wales is now independent, which is nice. I do like that. Let's go ahead and unpause the game. But first, we have a reading in Dublin. It looked like it would be a tedious evening once the feast entertainment was over, but Carrick saved the day by suggesting a reading from the Travels to the Byzantium. I also love that one. Okay. Interesting. I'm not quite sure what's happening there. We can declare wars against King Les of Wales. No, we're not going to do that. Now, we pushed our claim here, but now we've lost that there. That's fine. We could go ahead and progress towards Lothian or even Lancaster. Let's see. Yeah, we do have a war we can push against Lothian. Yole finds Kames. We could force vassalization even. But the thing is, he is Gaelic. Subjugate. He becomes my vassal. You can only attempt one subjugation war once per lifetime. Okay. Or we could just use forced vassalization. Unlocked by the forced vassalage perk. Okay, that's why we have this. So, we could force him to become our vassal. I think we might do that. Do they have any allies? Oh, they do have a lot of strong allies. But I think this could be a very beneficial war for us to have. We also have few champions. So what I might do is actually invite some champions first. It seems like we need to replenish our champions. We've lost some there. I think, is there anything else we want to do here? We could host a feast. I don't think we really have a reason to host a feast now. Let's go ahead and unpause the game though. To the sensible High King Fairchild of Ireland, I am honoured by your request and I would be glad to call you an ally. Marvellous news. There we go. So we are now allies with the King of Wales. Oh, it feels good. It really does feel good to reward him in such a way. I think he deserved it. A new champion has arrived in our court, a Catholic Slavian. Let's see, 17 prowess. How much would you like? 38 gold. It's quite expensive, sir. What's this trait? A bastard founder. A former bastard who has founded his own dynasty. Oh. You do like to see that. I think I will go ahead and recruit you to my court. And let's see. Can I demand conversion of you to Irish Insularism? It did say he would accept there, so I think we will go ahead and do that as well. There we go. He does agree to convert to Irish Insularism, so that's nice to see. But first, befriend, bridging gaps. I have been searching and searching, but King Les and I seem to have absolutely nothing in common. Without any common ground, how do I even begin to build a friendship? Eventually, something will come up, surely. Yeah, something will come up. You know, we have a long history. And essential proposal. Wherever I go, my courtier Carrick is sure to follow. But look in her eyes, the word on her lips. I know exactly what she is after. Oh dear, no. How sweet, but no. The world will know of her perverted nature. Made fornicatory advances. Will never attempt to... Yes. Never. The world will know of her perverted nature. There we go. I want my wife to trust me. And then look at that. Looks like Powys here has been vassalized and is now a part of the Kingdom of Wales. So that's looking good. But first, war has been declared to the sensible High King Felchad of Ireland. Peace be with you. How can you say peace be with you when you're declaring war against us? It seems that there is no recourse for our dispute other than to settle it on the battlefield. So another Northman army is coming to attack Meath. Right, let's go ahead and pause the game. We will go ahead and raise all of our armies here. How many men do we have? 7,800. How many men do they have? 8,800. So we can call house members to war. If they're not in any wars, I will go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and call Kent. South Seax as well. I'm not actually quite sure how to pronounce that. That's interesting because I've never heard of this. Of course, I've heard of Surrey. Are they in a war? Surrey are also available. So let's go ahead and call them. And I don't think, just to be safe, I think I might call on our ally here, the King of Wales, to help us once more. So let's go ahead and call him to war. Should be fine. I don't think we need any of the others. Leon, Sweden. Yeah, we don't need these guys. That's absolutely fine. So we will go ahead and unpause and wait for the Vikings to arrive. Of course, I should join you in this war. Our foes shall learn to fear the men of Wales. Excellent. And there we go. Surrey also joining us in the war. South Seax also joining. How would you pronounce that? I don't actually know. But they're also joining us. And Kent, they're also joining us as well. It's good to see. You like to see it. And you like to see a unified Wales too. The Northern Menace. A horde of disjointed pirates, landless freemen, desperate lesser children, and other assorted miscreants have joined Bob John in his proposed assault against my holdings. So the 54-year-old Viking here. 20 diplomacy. Maybe we can reach a diplomatic outcome. Although the size of the force is formidable, they lack discipline or loyalty, with each scrounged mercenary focused exclusively on what they can get out of the war first and foremost. Unlike a conventional foe, it might be possible to simply deal directly with the invaders. Perhaps a bargain could be struck. Now, I don't want to give them land, and I can't afford to pay them off, so we will banish these invaders, as we've always done, in a good old fight. They're probably going to come from the north again. We can unlock a diplomacy perk. Personal scheme success chance against family members. Or each friend adds minus 5% stress gain. Let's go ahead and get confidence. We do have a few friends, of course. We go to relationships. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 friends. Including the King of West Francia. He's a bully, though. My vassal, my player heir, daughter and friend. My spy master and vassal. And again, my friend, the King of Alba. And we have some powerful friends, which is nice to see. Now, let's go ahead and collapse this down. It should be fine. I don't see any Vikings just yet. We have exposed a secret, however. A secret truth has reached the light of day. My granddaughter, Glod, has copulated with her lover, Olvir. Such things cannot be accepted outside of marriage. Oh dear, my granddaughter already. Okay, you're the daughter of my daughter and King of Sweden. Oh dear, what are you doing? God would judge these sinners. There we go. So she is a fornicator. That's a little bit troublesome. And there we go. The Vikings are arriving. They have slightly more than 8,000. 8,800 men, it seems. Now, they are going to be landing in Ulster. So let's march our armies up there. Why are you guys sailing? There we go. March north with me. This should be fine. We should be able to defeat them fairly easily. Let's go ahead and ask our head of faith for some gold. We may as well. And it seems the first battle is underway. Thank you very much there, Pope. We should defeat them very easily. That was the smaller force. Let's see if we can engage the second army here. There we go. That should also be... Wow, look at that. 13,000 men. Very, very good stuff there. A new champion has arrived also. So let's go ahead and look at him. 31 prowess. However, he is as a true Norse. If you were to convert... There's no guarantee he would convert, though. I'm going to have to say no. Let's go ahead and look at the outcome of these wars, the battles. One of our champions was wounded. That's unfortunate. And this one, no wounded, so that's good as well. We can go ahead and enforce our demands there, so I will go ahead and do that. Let's disband all of our armies. Do we have any prisoners from that war? Ah, our son. We should go ahead and release our son. There we go. We could ransom him from God. In fact, though, I'm gonna renounce claims. Loses all claims on titles in your realm. But he will still inherit, right? Let's try it. I will go ahead and release him from prison. My dear father, I have no choice but to accept your conditions for my release. Farewell, Cafnir. Now, if I go to succession... Yeah, he does still get some titles. Okay, that would make sense. Of course, my other son doesn't have titles because I already gave him land. Let's see, you would get Leinster. My other daughter would get Munster. I think this is looking okay. My youngest daughter, though, she gets nothing. How old is she? She is 23. She's just entitled to nothing. Okay. Sorry. It's just not meant to be. But sadly, that's all we have time for today. If we go ahead and look at the map, if we zoom out just enough, there we go. Beautiful stuff is happening. Ireland is still looking very strong. Of course, we have all of Iceland in the north. We have some of these smaller islands. And we also have a bit of Alba. And I guess the middle part here of Britannia. However, in this episode, we did see Wales gain their independence. I think that was a good choice. It does feel really fitting, roleplay-wise. And it'll be interesting to see how Wales develops now that it's not as under threat from the Vikings as it once was. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I will be back on Wednesday with the next episode. If you haven't already seen, there is a new schedule, which means Crusader Kings 3 will get 4 uploads a week now. So that's on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So hopefully that will mean good things. But that's it for today. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.